Hey there, Wargamers! What you're about to see here is some Age of Sigmar content from the MiniWarGaming Vault up on YouTube. Because of the global pandemic, I am here recording content at home. I want to make sure that there's some fresh content for the Vault members, so that's exactly what I'm doing now. In the MiniWarGaming Vault, I am recording a Night Haunt versus Fyreslayer's 2,000 point new battle report with my roommate Tarl. You can check that down below in the link where you can get yourself a 7-day free trial to the MiniWarGaming Vault and then cancel right after watching the video. But if you want more Age of Sigmar content, we have tons available in the Vault. So stick around and check it out throughout that 7-day.
Lord SKARBRAND, my men grow tired of waiting for the fight. Let us find a worthy opponent then, and show me what they can do.
Unfortunately for the denizens of the living city, that spot they chose was the outskirts of the realm of Gyran, of their beloved hometown. Defenders of the living city, Stormcast Colonels, Sylvan, Wanderer, and FREEGUILD together rose to drive off the Khorne invasion.
We play and call it work. MiniWarGaming's Age of Sigmar Battle Report.
Hey everybody, Matthew here from MiniWarGaming.com.
I'm Luka.
And welcome to our Age of Sigmar Battle Report, where you get to see me play Cities of Sigmar using the living city.
I'll be playing the Baleful Lords out of the new Wrath of the Everchosen book.
And I hope this will be a bit of a spectacle for you for a few reasons. One, we've set up some interesting terrain to make it look beautiful, in my mind. Second is, obviously, we're trying out some of the new Wrath of the Everchosen stuff.
Right, this is the one that lets the Bloodthirsters have a little bit of fun on the playground.
Yes, it makes you want to bring lots of them.
Right.
You gotta kind of hold back.
You gotta hold back a little bit because it's not great. The more is less is more.
Yes.
Less is more in this case.
Less is more. And I had so much fun building this living city army, except for one exception. It turns out I pulled out a box of Wanderers that we had from the old fantasy, and it turns out most of it is no longer legitimate.
This is legacy.
It's all legacy now.
Proper keywords are gone.
Yeah, and so that bummed me out, but I still have a couple of units. So I just love building Cities of Sigmar lists because you have that spread. And I wish a lot of the other books kind of took a page from that, where it's like, hey, if you play this faction, then one out of every 4 of them can be from this other book.
Seems like a better ally mechanic.
It's a better, because the current ally mechanic, you can only really bring in like one buddy, and often it's not really to your advantage.
No.
And older, a while ago, there was always that ally or two that was brought in.
Yeah, before the Allegiance abilities were overwhelmingly good.
Oh yeah, exactly. So I hope that you enjoy this regardless of how it goes, because, dice will be dice. So let's just jump right into it. Let's take a look at the armies. To start, here is my Cities of Sigmar army, the Living City. So this will be my 5th game of Cities of Sigmar, but each one has shown off a different city. And I do my best to lean into whatever that city is about. I wish we had more Wanderers to show off, because I would bring no FREEGUILD if I had enough of the Wanderers models to use instead. But I've pretty much brought everything that is legit. And so in Living City, there's a few things. I'm not going to go over everything, but normal Cities of Sigmar, 1 in every 4 units can be Stormcast Eternals. Living City adds also 1 in every 4 may be Sylvaneth. So that means that half of your units cannot be Cities of Sigmar if you want them to be that way. So what I've decided to do for my Stormcast Eternals, because I have 11 units on the table, so that means I can have 2 Stormcasts and 2 Sylvaneth. We've got a Knight Incanter, and we've got a unit of 4 Concussors. There's a specific reason I brought them, which I'll talk about in a second. For my Sylvaneth, I've got a Spirit of DURTHU, and I've got a Tree Lord Ancient. So the reason that I decided on these, first off, is because the command ability in the Living City is that at the end of the shooting phase, I can choose a unit within 18 inches of a hero that's more than 9 inches from enemies that has shot, and they can move. Now, it's called Fade Away, I believe, and it's kind of thematically meant that they shoot and then run away, but I'm going to use it for the opposite reason. And so the Spirit of DURTHU has some shooting attacks, and the Living City also lets you put half of your units in the Spirit paths, so they can show up on the any table edge 6 inches away, or within 6 inches of the table edge more than 9 inches from enemies. And so Spirit of DURTHU can shoot, and then he'll be able to use a command point to move 5 inches closer. And then I chose the Concussors to kind of do that as well, because they can shoot by breathing, use a command point on them to then move closer, so that it's just a 3-inch charge. And then the Spirit of DURTHU is way better if there are Awakened Wildwoods nearby, so I thought I'm going to bring a Tree Lord Ancient because he gets to build one for free throughout the game. And so I get that near him, and he gets 2 extra attacks. The Spirit of DURTHU will be my general, giving him the command trait that gives him +1 to saving throws, so he'll have a 2-up save, which I'm not a big fan of, but I wanted the second one, which is +1 to his wounding rolls for his melee weapons. And then I gave him the spear, which lets me choose a melee weapon, which will be his sword. And it gives it +1 to rend, so -3 rend. But more importantly, he gets to fight at the beginning of the combat phase. So if I charge in with 2 units, for example, then he would fight first, and then I can choose a unit to fight with. And so that'll counteract, hopefully, the Bloodthirsters' ability to all fight, which Luka will be talking about in his side. And then for my battle line, I got 3 units of handgunners. I would love to bring Dryads and all that, but once again, I've already taken up my Sylvaneth slots. For the rest of my leaders, I got 2 more battle mages, one from the realm of Gairan, and one from the realm of Hesh, so the realm of light. And so then they take the respective spells. We're playing in the realm of Gairan, so that my one battle mage will get +1 to his casting. I also brought the Prismatic Palisade, not just because I had the points, but because in Cities of Sigmar, all spells that you cast that are endless spells automatically are the empowered versions. So I really want to try that out. I haven't really been using that in my other armies. There's less spells that I have access to that I want to, and I have so many wizards that I know I can basically use that one as well. And then for my Wanderers, I've got a unit of Wildwood Rangers, and I have a unit of Sisters of the Thorn, who also count as being a wizard as long as there's at least 2 of them. So, and they're okay. I've looked at their stats, and they seem okay. They definitely synergize better with Wanderers, because their built-in spell is for Wanderers only. So it's too bad that it didn't become just Cities of Sigmar. And I got the Sylvaneth Wildwood on the right here, getting ready for when my Tree Lord Ancient brings it in. I got all sorts of spells and other abilities, and I'll kind of bring those up as they come to play in the game.
Now for the Baleful Lords. This is about 1970 points, and this is new from Wrath of the Everchosen, like I mentioned in the intro. All about Bloodthirsters just having a good time, you know, buds being buds. The Baleful Lords give me 2 abilities, one of them being a command ability. The first ability being the overall ability. Bloodthirsters are able to run and charge, which is a pretty big deal, considering some of them have the ability to, you know, increase their run results or reroll charge rolls. Essentially, they get into combat a little bit quicker than they normally would. Now, the command ability that the Baleful Lords get is the ability to treat themselves as having taken 0 wounds when they go to fight. That, I'll be honest, is completely useless for SKARBRAND in the middle, but that will be useful for the 2 Bloodthirsters on the side, when they eventually take damage. Also, to go along with these 3 Bloodthirsters, I am of course bringing the Tyrants of Blood battalion out of the Blades of Khorne battletome. This is a pretty simple battalion. After one of these Bloodthirsters attacks, if one of the other Bloodthirsters in this battalion are within 3 inches of an enemy unit, they get to immediately attack, and that counts as their fight for that combat phase, unless I was the Reapers of Vengeance, which I'm not, which allows them to fight additional times. Now, you'll note that SKARBRAND is right in the middle. I don't know why I brought him. I had this inkling. I went to go grab Bloodthirsters. I was going to grab one of all 3, but then I seen SKARBRAND, and I had to bring him, so I did. Instead of bringing the Whip Bloodthirster, I brought the Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster. I can't remember the Whip ones right now. It's not Insensate Rage, because that's this big boy right here. But then we got SKARBRAND. Now, SKARBRAND does have the Bloodthirster keyword, so he does fit into all of the required keywords for these inclusions. Now, he won't be the general, because he's here just to see what the other Bloodthirsters have going on. You know, what can they bring to the battlefield? The actual general is going to be the Bloodthirster of Insensate Rage. And his command trait with the Baleful Lords will be +1 to charge results for Bloodthirsters specifically within 8 inches of himself. Chances are that's only going to be him. For artifacts, because I have a battalion, I get to take an extra one. The one that comes with the Baleful Lords is the Black Brass Crown. This is going to go on the Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster, giving him +1 to his save, making him a 3-up. And then we've got the artifact out of the Blades of Khorne book to give a demon an extra attack with a weapon. That's going to go on the Insensate Rage. I'm just going to put more eggs in one basket. And if, like, I'm also on the fence, because I don't want to get too lucky and roll too many 6s to wound, but if I do, I mean, it's kind of cool at the same time, so I don't know. We'll see. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, whatever, I tried. That is going to be the artifacts for the game, and that's pretty much it for the Bloodthirsters, and that's the general idea of the list. Now, to fill out the rest of it, I had to bring mortals. I initially was going to bring all demons. I just can't do it. I prefer to summon my demons to the table. I love Khorne mortals, and I love the synergy that this, of all the Chaos books, does the best between mortals and demons. Mortal Leadership will have a Bloodsecrator. Can't leave home without it. He gives all Khorne units wholly within range +1 to their attack. And then we have 2 Slaughterpriests behind him. Their blood blessings of Khorne. On the left, we'll have bronzed flesh. On the right, we'll have killing frenzy. Killing frenzy chooses a Khorne unit and gives a +1 to hit, whereas bronze flesh chooses a Khorne unit and gives a +1 to its saving throw. So theoretically, I could give the Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster +1 to its saving throw, in addition to his artifact that does the same thing, giving him a 2-up. But he has to be in range, right? So these guys are going to be pretty aggressive, all out on their own. That probably won't last for too long. My battle line choices, I put a little bit of points into here, a lot more than I thought I would. I have, well, minus the squad of Reavers. I have 1 squad of Reavers with double weapons instead of the Meat Cleaver Axe. And I have 2 squads of Blood Warriors, both with the same loadouts. We have Gore Fist instead of double axes, and we have the Blood Glaive in the units as well. You have to bring them in units of 10 to get the Glaive, so I did. It's 200 points, though, for things that I find sometimes lackluster, though I love the model more than anything in this book. Therefore, I brought it. We had extra points, so we brought a spawn, and we bought a command point as well. So we're going to be starting this game off with 2 command points, 1 from the battalion, 1 from the spent points. And that is it for the Baleful Lords.
We are playing in a suburb of the Living City, so not near the center, because that would just be crazy.
Hard to get to.
Exactly, but I hope that you enjoy this table we set up. We've got elements from all sorts of companies. The table itself was created by Greenleaf Terrain.
Very talented.
It's gorgeous. Adam did a great job. We've had this table for a while. I'd only bring it out every once in a while because it's a bit much. It's a lot to set up. And then the huge trees are actually aquarium terrain that Adam from Greenleaf Terrain then repainted, added stuff to, and they work really well as big, weird jungle terrain. We got these human buildings, because humans are living in the living city, and these are from Tabletop World. Once again, very nice. And then Adam from Greenleaf Terrain painted those up too. Woo. And then we have a couple elvish kind of buildings. These are actually 3D printed. You can actually buy the 3D files from Printable Scenery, or you can actually go on there as well. They'll tell you where you can actually buy the already printed ones as well. So Matt from Printable Scenery sent us home with those after one of the Adepticons, and they actually go with these trees as well. Those trees are 3D printed, except for obviously the tops. And then lastly, we have other trees from Foreground, and then all the crates and stuff for Tabletop World. Today, Luka and I will be playing the scenario Gifts from Heaven from the core rulebook, except we're not going to treat them as gifts from heaven, but more as like there's these little portals from the realm of chaos that are opening up. In this scenario, you divide the table into 6 sections. In the second battle round, you roll off 1 section on each of the territories will become where the objective appears, and it appears in the middle of that section. From that point on, each objective is worth a number of points equal to the current battle round. I won the roll-off, chose this side as my deployment, and Luka finished deploying before me, though. I have to say it was a very hard choice what to leave in reserve. Right now, it doesn't look like I have much of an army. Got some handgunners, which I'm already wishing that I had put them back a little more, but I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't want to avoid the fight. It's just that I have a lot of things that are hidden throughout the city that are going to be popping out. So I just placed a few of my heroes on the table to cast some spells and some protectors for them. And these 5 units are going to be sneaking around. Probably looks disappointing to Khorne at first until the rest of the fighters show up.
Started by deploying Reavers on my right flank. SKARBRAND, the Bloodthirster, or Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster, then went down. And then we have our collective of mortal heroes near the Skull Altar, the Double SLAUGHTERPRIEST, and Bloodsecrator, with the Bloodthirster of Insensate Rage General right in the middle, and a little Chaos Spawn and some Blood Warriors. Lastly, on the far right flank, hidden in the woods near the bridge, are 10 more Blood Warriors.
Enjoying the view. Oh, it's so pleasant over there.
I know, I would be
quite relaxed.
Yeah, I was going to continue. I'm like, yeah, you know what, that works. I'm iffy on it.
Luka, you get to choose who goes first.
I'm going to make Matt go first, I think. Yeah, it's you. Cities of Sigmar, Living City goes first.
Okay. In my hero phase, I have a few spells to cast. I'm going to start with the Knight Incanter and Spirit Storm. This is an 18-inch bubble. Normally does a mortal wound, but there's no enemies nearby. But then it leaves a bubble of -1 run and charge. I need 7.
No.
Fail. Okay, good start. We'll move over to my Tree Lord Ancient, who will cast Iron Oak Skin. This is a Living City spell. I choose a friendly unit within 18 inches, and it's -1 to wound them. I get it!
I have no way to stop it.
No. I'll put on the handgunners just to see if I can annoy a Bloodthirster who decides to charge them. My Battle Mage of Gairan is going to cast Prismatic Palisade Endless Spell. That's this bad boy. You normally need a 5, but because I'm actually in the same realm that he's from, I get a +1 to this.
Success!
Yeah, 11! I'm going to place that right here. You know what, I think what might be better, because your Bloodthirsters have fly, so they can just jump over it, is to put it like this, to make it so there's no place for your Bloodthirsters' base to easily go. Yeah, like that. And lastly, my Realm of Hysh Battle Mage is going to cast Fa's Protection on the guard, or on the handgunners, which will give -1 to hit them. Does Fa protect? Fa does not protect.
No.
Into my movement phase, they're just going to see the Khorne coming, and we're going to back up. I wanted to deploy this way. After I deployed them, I realized, whoops, I should have deployed this way instead. So this is just my chance to
More of a correction.
have a correction. I'm going to redeploy. Now that my Wizards will reposition, now that I know I don't have my -1 run or -1 bubble on, might as well be a little further back. I'm going to have my Rangers rearrange my Rangers a little bit. And that'll have left space for my Tree Lord Ancient to just tuck right into here. I'll just rearrange my Battle Mage slightly. End of my movement phase, all of a sudden, out of the trees, handgunners appear. That's all I'm going to bring in. The rest are going to stay in the woods. They're just going to wait for you to come forward, maybe. And then I'll just take a good pot shot right into your Reavers right here, unloading all the shots.
Just everything into them, eh?
Yes.
Nice.
They don't count as moving. There's at least 10. So they are hitting on 3s. The green one will be the special long rifle. Wow!
Is that good or bad?
That's bad.
Okay.
3s to hit, man.
It sounded like you were happy. I'm like,
No!
that doesn't look like a good roll.
3s to wound. Well, that's a little better at least, and this one's 2 damage. I just killed 6 guys.
All right. We are going to kill... Oh, man, if I charge you get to shoot me. So I think I'm just going to kill guys and not think too much about it. You know what? My banner's important. So is the guy who blows the horn. So we're going to lose... I guess we have to lose you too. There we go.
And then we've got one more long rifle way over here. We're going to take a long shot across at your big Bloodthirster. I moved, so I'm hitting on a 4. Oh,
Hey, nice.
3s to wound. All right.
Rend 1.
Just 1.
5 up save now, which will fail. It's 2 damage. Not a bad shot at all. Put him down to 12. Battle Shock phase. Only I have to roll. These Blood Reavers lost 6 models. Currently Bravery 6 with the banner. So...
Oh, they all run.
Okay, well, you know what that means? Blood Tithe point.
Yay, Blood Tithe. And that is really my turn. Obviously, I am lying in wait, trying to do something more interesting in this, but I ain't doing it yet.
And I'm not going to fall for your silly bait
Well,
either.
the problem is I don't know where the objectives are, right?
Exactly.
If I knew where they were, I probably would have come in already.
Starting off the hero phase with prayers from the Slaughterpriest with Bronze Flesh. We're going to need a 4-up, which is rerollable because we're near the altar. Please. Okay, you know what? We didn't need that anyways, obviously.
What did Bronze Flesh do again?
+1 your saving throw.
Why wouldn't you need that?
I'm being sarcastic.
No way.
I need it. The second Slaughterpriest will attempt Killing Frenzy. Again, a 4-up prayer, which is rerollable because of the altar. Sick. The exact same results. Didn't need it anyways. It's fine. It's a crutch.
What was it, +1?
It's a crutch.
Just roll your dice like a regular person.
Yeah,
Luka.
exactly. Also, at the start of the hero phase, I will attempt to dispel this Prismatic Palisade with my Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster. And we need to roll a 6. Aha! Get off my...
Totally worth it.
For my movement phase, everything is going to run. The Bloodthirsters are at least going to get in a new central position, and I'm super on the fence about what to do with SKARBRAND. I am hard-pressed to not go and kill those 10 humans and then die by ambushers later. But, man, I want to do it so bad.
You're Khorne.
I know. That's the hard part. And done! So I was a little more reserved with SKARBRAND and Insensate Rage Berserker, Bloodthirster, but I couldn't not do this. I rolled his run, he got a 6. I'm like, I'm doing it! Let's go for it. Let's go for it. I have no shooting because everything ran. This is the only thing that can actually shoot, but he ran, so no.
And you can run and charge because of your battalion.
Because it's just my, the
that's
Baleful Lords.
That's your general
Bloodthirsters can run and charge.
sub-allegiance. Cool.
On to charging with my Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster. We need a 5.
Piece of cake, right?
Easy peasy.
And as he charges in,
You shoot guns.
I unleash a volley with my guns.
Give me a tree. Stop being a tree. There we go.
The green one is the special one. I hit on 4s because now you're within 3 inches of me. Ooh, that's pretty good. 3s to wound. Not bad.
This would be the save against the long rifle. I do have the artifact that gives me a 3-up save. So 4 up.
Ooh, 2 damage there.
Dang. And it was
So
4.
2 so far.
It was 4 more.
Oh, one more.
Okay.
So 3 damage.
Not bad.
Down to 11. You know what? I got to be satisfied with that. 3 damage.
I would be.
Yeah, I killed a squad of Reavers and then 3 damage off of him for 1 unit of handgunners. Now they die.
You know, you say that. We hit on 3s with his axe. with
Reroll 1s.
The Locust of Fury.
You've only failed one. Yeah, they're dead. They're dead. Although we see a lot of 1s here.
These are 2s to wound.
Okay, I don't get a save, and they're D3 damage apiece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, 2 survive. There's nothing special about these. We're going to have Bravery 6 even with the banner, which means 2 would run because you just killed 8 of them. So there's no point in trying to be cheeky with what I remove. So I'm just going to remove everything except 2 guys to fight back before they run. Just 5s and 5s. We got 1 hit and nothing. And then they run.
Blood Tithe.
End of battle round 1.
I did it. I killed some humans.
You did it.
You know what? If I lose now, I'm happy. It's fine.
You
don't
got to
care.
kill. Well, that's the thing. I don't think this game is going to end without you killing a lot of my guys.
I hope so.
We just have to kind of see what happens. Hopefully, I also get to kill a lot of your guys. I killed some Reavers.
You did.
So you know.
That's true.
That's like a badge of honor.
Oh, I can always summon another Bloodthirster if I get enough points too. I just thought about that now.
Sure.
Yeah,
We'll cross that bridge when we
Bloodthirsters.
get there. So the second battle round is probably the most important battle round, not just because this is when we're going to start murdering each other, but also when we're going to see the objectives. The objectives show up in our hero phases.
Yes.
So whoever goes next doesn't know where the opponent's objective is going to be. But let's roll off to see who gets to choose that anyways. I win ties,
Yes, you do. A 3.
so I get to choose.
Oh boy. You
This-
know what?
this
I'm
is the-
happy with that actually.
Yeah, I know, right? This is the first game I've ever played where I'm considering giving my opponent a double turn. Now, the only problem with that is that means I'm basically throwing away, not necessarily throwing away my Tree Lord Ancient, because he could stomp you and make you fight last.
And then get to go right. Yeah.
Well, no, because you've got the ability
To
that when a
immediate-
Bloodthirster fights, you
Another
can
one.
immediately fight with another one, so that would override that, because you can just charge into the handgunners, and then you fight them, and then immediately fight the Tree Lord Ancient. And we have checked, the FAQs clarify that if an ability comes later, it overrides the previous ability of fighting last. There was a big discussion with the Locus of Diversion for Slaanesh. So if I let you go next, you will pretty much murder everything that's left on the table. So yeah, I have to go next.
Yes. Oh man, dang it! I was hoping you'd give it to me. Oh.
No, it's what. As soon as I really just kind of thought
Yeah.
of it for 2 seconds, like no,
In my head, I'm like, if I get the double turn, I think I might be able to kill. Like the stuff that's going to show up is scary, but that is
not by itself.
That's not much of an army left, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we are going to go into Cities of Sigmar, the Living City, turn 2. Start of the hero phase. I got to see where my objective is. So I'm going to go my left to right. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we've made a rule that if it shows up in this quarter, we're not going to stick it up top. We're just going to put it as close as we can right here.
Right.
Interesting. So it's going to be over in this corner. I don't know how I feel about that. The objective is right here. Oof, that's kind of tough to place. I'm going to start by trying to cast the Prismatic Palisade. Surely I can get it this time. Yay, I got it.
I guess I'll stop that with a random SLAUGHTERPRIEST.
You'll
I'll
try.
attempt to stop it. I do.
You do, yeah. Knight Encounter will do Spirit Storm. We need a 7.
Oh
Fail.
my! Failed again.
Tree Lord Ancient is going to attempt to manifest Iron Oak Skin, save -1 wound. I get it. You might as well try. You've got 2
Yeah.
more Unbinds. One that's +2. Do you want to use that one?
We're gonna use our Wrath of Khorne to stop that one.
Plus
So I need a 9 to stop this.
a natural 9.
Oh, that's a natural 3.
Oh, jeez, no.
Nope, that's all you.
He's actually going to put this on himself. And lastly, we'll do Mystic Shield for my Battle Mage. Normally needs a 6, but I get a +1 to this, so I've got 7.
My last unbind with that SLAUGHTERPRIEST.
Might as well try, right? No,
No,
because of my +1.
That's big.
You know, I'll put it on the Tree Lord Ancient. I have a funny feeling that most of your Rend will get right through my armor anyways, but whatever. And then he waves his magic staff, and some trees begin to sprout forth. Whew. I decided to go with the old school ones because it was easier to place.
Yeah, they can form the narrow old
Yeah,
wall shape better.
yeah. You have basically choices. The newer ones are a bit bigger, and you have a lot more flexibility of the shapes of it. But this old one fits nicely in this narrow area. That is my hero phase. We're going to go to my movement phase, which is going to be pretty simplistic until the end of my movement phase. In this area, they're going to hold still. Handgunners are going to hold still to get their +1 to shoot, while my Rangers are going to move. Now the Wildwood Rangers are pretty decent in close combat. 2 attacks each, 3s and 3s, -1, but they do 2 damage against monsters.
It's a little concerning.
Yeah, hopefully. Battle Mage will just run just to hop onto this little altar right here. Tree Lord Ancient is going to just walk forward to here. And then from behind your lines, you hear a as more reinforcements show up. Spirit of DURTHU with a bunch of concussors shows up. This is actually very hard to place because SKARBRAND ran to the middle of the board. Apparently he was afraid of the edges. He has a phobia. It's edgeophobia.
No, he's seen enemies in the distance, so he went for them.
Yeah. It's edgeophobia. That's what it was. He's afraid of edges. Hence why he didn't go after the handgunners. And then I will set up handgunners behind my handgunners.
Nice.
Yes, handgunnerception.
Ultimate tactic.
And my Sisters of Thorn will stay in reserve. We're going to start with the handgunners in the back. They're going to fire up at your Bloodthirster.
Blam!
Coming in from reserve does not count as moving. Page 3 of the rule book.
Page 3!
It is. It's right at the beginning.
Page 3 of like the core rules, yeah.
Of the core rules. Yeah, when you get to the core rules. 3s to hit.
Okay, we got a few 2s.
3s to wound. Oh,
Go
boy.
away, long gun. Go away, long gunners.
Oh, boy.
Doing the long rifle first, we have a 5-up save, which will fail, and then 5-up saves.
Oh, that's 6 damage. That's half his wounds.
Down to 6.
And then the front line, you hear a bunch of pow, 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 and they're going to do the same thing, hopefully. 3s to hit. Ooh.
Yeah, they did not move either, guys.
And 3s to... Oh, boy. Oh, the long rifle missed.
That's still really good on the other guys, though.
Yeah.
5-up saves!
Fill all of them, you're dead. Oh, 1 wound left.
1 wound remaining. Man, what's going on? Well, 1 wound left then. Okay.
Well, that answers the question of where he shoots. He's going to take his shot, and I can fire it through the woods because you have fly.
I do fly on him.
2s to hit. Ah!
Single shot weapon.
3s to wound. Oh!
Why does it work for you?
I don't know.
Wonder how many saves it would have made if I made that 4-up rerollable prayer.
Oh, you failed! He's dead! Oh!
It's okay. You know what? This is going to be a rough turn.
Oh, it is a rough turn.
That is a blood type point.
Oh, wow. Then we'll come to my back lines. We'll start with the Verdant Blast from my Spirit of DURTHU into SKARBRAND. 6 attacks with it, hitting on 4s.
It's always got potential.
3s to wound. 2 wounds.
They actually wounded.
Yeah, wow.
SKARBRAND's got a 5-up save now.
Oh,
woo!
double kitty.
Cool.
The concussors will roar a bit. The 1 concussor here will roar at SKARBRAND, and then the 2 over here will roar at your... Are they Blood Warriors? At the back right here. The one at SKARBRAND, this hits on a 4, and then does D3 mortal wounds if it hits. Yay. 2. Hey, I'll take it.
Puts him also down to 12.
And then the 2 on the Blood Warriors on 4s, only 1 hits. And we're doing 2 mortal wounds.
That kills 1. Will kill you, I suppose.
At the end of the shooting phase, I'm going to use a command ability. The DURTHU, Spirit of DURTHU is going to use it. It's called Strike, Then Melt Away, which, fluff-wise, has the intention that after I shoot, I move away from my enemy to make it hard. But I'm going to use it the opposite. I'm going to strike, then melt forward. Basically, I get to choose a unit wholly within 18 inches of a hero and more than 9 inches from enemies, and they get to make a normal move.
And it doesn't say they have to be away from
I know, that's,
anything.
I even went into the FAQ, I'm like, surely the FAQ this to say that you can't end closer to enemies because it's called Strike, Then Melt Away. And so, yeah.
So, yeah,
Here we
exactly. Here we are. Bad things about to happen to me.
And then he'll also use it on himself. No unit can be affected more than once. I'm going to flip him around because that sword's in the way.
Yeah.
I would make sure the base stays the same way. Nobody can have it affected on themselves more than once, so I can't just keep spending command abilities on himself to keep moving. Although I couldn't, because now I'm 9 inches anyways.
This will be a 3-inch charge for the concussors, and then we've already pre-measured DURTHU. It's a 6-inch charge for him to get in here. And it's not a 4-inch charge for DURTHU because he moves 5. He would have been 9 away. Because I was running to the middle. I seen enemies across the table. I ran towards them, so I ran a little bit further away from where DURTHU could show up.
Charge with the Spirit of DURTHU. Trying to go for SKARBRAND here. Need a 6.
Oh, that's a command point.
I wanted to use that command point to reroll 1s to hit.
Oh! No! There's hope.
No!
There's hope.
No!
There's
He
hope.
fights first if he charges. No!
There's hope
My
for
whole
me.
strategy's gone!
There's hope for me. There's still hope.
Concussors, don't roll double 1s or I'll be very mad. 4 inches.
Good enough.
Good enough, although I would have appreciated something higher. You feel a little better now, Luka?
I do. There's still the elves I have to worry about on the other side against the Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster, but I was concerned to lose all 3 Bloodthirsters in this one turn.
Yeah, you're not. Ooh, this is not what I wanted, but I'm going to do 1 more charge. This is a 5-inch charge.
Whoa. Oh, I seen the one.
But that actually is bad because you see how strung out they are?
It's less attacks, probably.
It's way less attacks. I have 11 damage I have to get through, and this is the Bloodthirster that has the +1 save, so you basically ignore my -1 rend. So you're ignoring half my attacks with your 4+, but I will be 2 damage each.
Yes, sir. I guess it's negating more attacks than I initially thought it would.
And I will start with them in the combat phase.
Pile them in, get as many in as we can.
Yeah. Thanks to their 2-inch reach, I got 1 more in. So you can see just an extra couple inches on my charge, I would have gotten all of them in. So it'll just be this unit right here. Hitting on 3s. That's a good hit. Wounding on 3s. Oh, wow.
He has got a 3-up save, but rend 1.
4 up.
Nope, that's
Whoa, he's dead!
Yeah.
Oh, he's dead! I got him!
Oh.
Thank goodness!
Oh,
Blood tithe.
blood tithe. Oh, from that, all we have to answer with are these blood warriors are going to pile in and strike back. After piling in, I'll have 5 regular blood warriors attacking. 3s to hit. This is the extra attacks with the banner as well. Wounding on 4s. Okay.
Oh.
The 6s look super cool, but they don't really do anything.
No rend, so I have a 3-up save. My shields let me reroll 1s.
Oh, wow.
You killed one! You killed one!
I did not expect to do that.
No!
I expected to do not even a damage, I'll be honest. He'll die. At least 3 concussors to fight back.
They'll hit you back, hopefully doing well to make up for all that spiking rolls. 3s to hit with their lightning hammers, 6s do mortal wounds in addition. So only 1 mortal wound. 3s to wound. Ugh.
My 4-up save goes to a 5-up.
2 damage each, that's 6. That's 7 damage so far.
And you take a mortal wound because of the gore fist.
The mounts hit on 3s. Wounding on 3s and 6s do d6 damage instead of 1.
Oh,
Got a couple of them.
I'll do the 6s separate, 5-ups. Make 1, fail 1. 5-ups for the rest.
Ooh, that's 3 more.
So d6 plus 3 damage coming at me.
So we're actually up to 10 damage now, plus 3, so 13.
Ooh. It's going to be 10 damage from the front row of guys who can fight, and that's pretty much going to be it. So we are going to lose these 5, and then still 3 more damage to allocate. These guys are all going to fight. I'm just going to pull them now. And we're going to put wounds on you, and then the banner. We'll have 1 wound remaining. 3s to hit. I hope I get lucky. No, that's not good. 4s to wound.
Oh, just 1. 3-up save.
Reroll.
Reroll 1s. Oh, there we go. I actually made 1. And yeah, and you couldn't pile in and fight with anybody else because the concussors thing, when they roll the 6, stops you from piling in later. And I did take a mortal wound because of your gore fist.
Can't possibly run on the concussors here. Though these guys could run, I'm going to spend a command point on Inspiring Presence to keep them around in case I need the bodies. And then at the end of the turn, Matt's turn there, he gets 2 points.
So I have to say that overall I'm happy with this turn, obviously. I killed 2 Bloodthirsters. I'm also glad that I didn't make that charge with the Spirit of DURTHU because there's the part of me that just wants a good game. And I think if I had killed SKARBRAND, you would basically want to concede right now.
I would still try.
I didn't say you would concede. I said you would want to concede.
I think it would probably be over, but I would try and farm Blood Tithe points to get another Bloodthirster.
Well, that's just it. Now you have SKARBRAND who can go in, and because he hasn't fought yet, he's going to be fighting at his maximum capabilities,
yes,
which normally he has to take a lot of wounds for. And at his maximum capabilities, he is a tank.
Yes, sir.
But you are concerned because you're like, oh, you want to kill Spirit of DURTHU. But I've got the stupid Stomp, which on a 4+, you fight last. And normally you could have countered that by having another Bloodthirster charge something else and have it fight, and then immediately you can choose him to fight. But you don't have that. So you got this 50-50. 50-50. What horrible odds that is.
Yep.
It's not great for me, and it's not great for you. If it was a 6+, you'd be like, sure, I'll just go. If it's 2+, you're like, forget it, I'll go somewhere else. But 50-50?
I know.
What do you do?
I don't know.
Do you charge the handgunners and kill a bunch of regular guys?
I'm not upset that I lost that guy. I'm upset that I lost him,
Yes.
too.
Especially because it's near the objective, too.
I needed him to counter that Stomp.
Yeah, I know. And so I'm satisfied in making this video, making the battle report. I'm like, oh, this is going to be a good game because I didn't just Raffle Stomp you when I came in. But it did show how powerful this Living City combo could be.
Right, getting the really scary close combat guys, like almost guaranteed charges, right?
Yeah, it's very good. So let's jump into your turn now, Luke.
I'm going to roll it to see where my rift opens up now. From my perspective, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is where it shows up.
Before you roll, where do you want it to be?
5, 6, I think?
Like way over there?
I believe so, so I can like maybe just
Consolidate.
bundle them, consolidate over here, and deal with all that stuff, and then figure it out from there.
Yeah, I think I'd prefer over here, just because now you've lost that momentum.
Yeah, I've lost a lot of stuff.
So sorry, we're going from this side first, right?
One,
so that's
two.
1, 2. Okay, go.
5,
Oh,
6.
you got your 5, 6.
Interesting.
That places it all the way over there.
Okay, we're going to start off with a Bronze Flesh on SKARBRAND, giving him a potential better save. As long as we get that reroll.
Hey,
Thank you.
+1 save to SKARBRAND.
3 up. Then we'll do Killing Frenzy as well, giving him +1 to hit.
Oh, you're wasting your 4 pluses. You should have saved those for Blood Boil.
I have to do these ones first. Let's start a hero phase for these ones.
Oh, Blood Boil are just in the hero phase?
Just in the hero phase, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then we'll just Blood Bowl. We'll start with the one further forward. We are definitely going to be going for the Spirit of
Yeah,
DURTHU.
you need to. Oh, actually, not good. I don't know.
I know, right? Because they got
There's
that
also the
3 up save.
concussors.
Yeah, but that's 14 wounds as opposed to his 12. I could theoretically kill him in one go and then have him charge into them with his high rend, where I'm not too concerned about their retaliation against him. But, you know...
Hey, if you killed all those this turn, I would have a hard time with the rest of the game.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just going to Blood Boil DURTHU because it's very unlikely I would do very much damage to the concussors, and he does bracket hard.
Yeah, and he's got a 2-up save right now.
Exactly. So 4 up for Blood Bowl, rerollable.
Oh!
I believe I suffer D3 mortal wounds
Oh,
now.
jeez, when you roll a 1, yeah.
Ones are not. He will suffer D3 mortal wounds.
Yikes.
He goes down to 4.
Well, you got another chance. Same target?
Same target, might as well.
4 plus.
Rerollable.
Oh, you got it.
I want to see that again.
D6 mortal wounds.
As his blood boils. 1!
Oh, just 1. Oh, no.
That does not make my decision any easier.
No, it doesn't. Brings him down to 11, which does not bracket him at all. So that sword is still going to be flat 6 damage.
Chaos Spawn is easy-ish, so we're going to start with him. He is going to move 5.
So within a 10-inch charge of my handgunners.
The Blood Warriors are going to jump off the bridge and come over here. Now, I know I have to go contest this objective, and I will be doing so with a charge move, but I have to get some bodies over here.
Got a tough fight going for you right there.
Oh, you better believe it.
Big question, where's SKARBRAND going?
He is going to move. Ooh, he could run. What is this charge? Oh, it's kind of... He gets to reroll his charge. I kind of want him to do his ability where he does like a overwhelmingly mad scream. It's something vaguely along those lines for the rule name. But he can't do that if he runs. And I kind of want as much damage on these concussors as I can dish out. So I'm going to move these heroes slightly out of the way because they're kind of blocking his path right now anyways. Kind of get this aura off a little bit better as well. You know what? I'm just going to run him because he's not going to do anything too fancy. Okay, we're just going to go to here. Then these are going to shift just a little bit.
I was hoping for a good charge of the concussors to actually engage the priest, kill them before they can do all their blood boils, which turns out wasn't a big problem.
Right.
Yet.
So problem. SKARBRAND moving. It's going to be a 5-inch charge if I choose not to run, which I won't.
And if you don't throw so many mortal wounds that you kill the guy that's closest to you.
I hope I don't. I'm hoping it's like
Three mortal wounds.
3 would be best. Okay, Roar of Total Rage. I get to throw 5 dice for every 4 up. It's a mortal wound. Nice. Perfect. I love this game.
You killed one.
I got him. I killed him. Got him.
It's like, it's a roar of total rage.
Rage.
See you guys. And because you killed a guy, we went from a 5-inch charge to
8-inch charge.
nice.
It's Khorne's number, though. He wants it, right?
Yeah, that's
Right?
right. That's right. And you get to re-roll it.
That's just his ability lets him reroll charges, yep. So here we go.
I couldn't make a 5 re-rollable, so clearly.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
so he gets to reroll.
Oh!
my gosh! I am so done with this game. Oh.
DURTHU and SKARBRAND just don't want to fight.
Why did I roll 4-4? Why did I even bother rolling? Why would I risk taking the chance? It's nuts.
Should have just run. You should have just run and
should've
charge.
But I'm like, I'm going to get 2 mortal wounds, 3 mortal wounds. The chances of me getting 4 mortal wounds is very unlikely. So I got it. Nice. Naturally.
Naturally.
These Blood Warriors are going to attempt to charge.
They can make it.
They
Don't-
could fail still. They don't, though. Nice. Thank you, Khorne.
Yeah, good timing, Khorne. Well, let's be honest. When you say Khorne wants it, SKARBRAND isn't exactly Khorne's chosen champion.
Right. He's more of a
Like he is missing his wings
Yep.
because of Khorne, right?
Yeah.
So maybe Khorne's like, ha, you aren't you don't represent me.
This is kind of like a punishment, too. Like, yeah, you know, endless rage, go fight only. But, you know, sometimes you don't get to fight, so, haha.
Come on in, the water's warm.
No.
No.
So they move their 8. This is where they end up. One guy is in the back to hold the objective. They're all wholly within 16 of the Blood Secretor banner. We're going to fight first with them, and they'll pile in and get 1 extra guy in there fighting. But before we technically do that, I forgot about the spawn. He's hidden behind the building from my line of sight. He needs a 10-inch charge to get in, and he also needs to survive if he makes it in.
The Overwatch. You made it! Everybody but SKARBRAND.
I don't want this.
Do you want to charge it? You don't have to charge it.
I'm going in. You know what? The dice tell me to go in. I'm going in. I'm going in. Bang!
Now, the second line is more than 3 inches away from him, so unfortunately they don't get to shoot. But this might do it anyways. I get to hit you on 4s.
Woo.
Ooh, I missed with my long
The
rifle.
long rifle miss.
So I could kill you if I don't fail any of these 3-ups, and then you don't make any 6-up saves. Nah, that's not going to happen. 6-up save.
I take 3.
He's down to 2 wounds.
Which is
And now back to the Blood Warriors fighting first.
To them. It's 1, 2, 3. These hit on 3s. No rerolls.
Not bad.
4s to wound.
Ooh.
2.
Well, that was poop.
Ah, yeah.
Poop. 3-up save. Oh, okay. I was mid-sentence because I was say reroll 1s. Okay, we're good.
The glaive. 3s to hit.
Oh, he hit. You hit more than once.
3s to wound. There we go.
Yeah, see, that's what we thought.
There we go. Red 1.
So now I have a 4-up save. Rerolling 1, so 2 damage. I will wound this one, and then I will elect these to fight. I wish I could have put them all onto the 3 that haven't fought yet, but yeah, it is what it is. Well, I think the perfectly tactical thing to do would be to pile in around this one so that he can put all his attacks into those 3 remaining Blood Warriors. And I'm going to stay more than an inch away from him, because if I roll a 6 to hit with my hammer, then they can't pile in. And so either I kill him and he doesn't get to pile in and fight me, or he just doesn't get to pile in and fight me. So it'll limit the number of attacks you can do, while he will put his attacks into the other Blood Warriors. Start by attacking the unit that has not fought yet. Start with my lightning hammer, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. Oh, that's 2 wounds.
5-up save. Okay.
Ooh, that's 4 damage so far.
Not bad.
That's almost all of them. And then the mount hitting on 3s. Ooh, only 1. Wounded on 3s. That's 1. -1. You only have 1 wound left. He's dead.
Got him.
So all 3 died, but I did not roll a 6 to hit. So all 3 can pile in and fight me. So they get to fight anyways.
Get the gore glaive out of the way. Nice. 1 miss, usual. That's average. 3s to wound. Oh, there we go. 1
Always another one, right? 3s and 3s.
I hate it.
When you do the math, it actually isn't that likely to get 3s and 3s through. So it sucks when you only have a few attacks. -1, so I get a 4-up rerolling 1s. Well, that doesn't count wherever it goes. Ooh!
Oh,
-1 matters. So 2 damage. That's going to kill the 1.
And then 7 attacks from the other guys on 3s. Okay. 4s to wound. We got 1.
And a 3-up save. Rerolling 1s. Yay. Still, the concussors have lost 2. I'll actually have the other one run if I roll a 6. But your unit is dead. And now I'll fight the other unit. Now, technically, your attack should have happened when I finished all my attacks.
That's right.
In case you were lucky enough to kill both of them, but whatever. Swinging with my lightning hammer, hitting on 3s. There's a 6, so that's a mortal wound, and all 3 hit. 3s to wound. 2 get through.
5-up save.
Ooh, they both save. So
and
1
a
mortal
Gore
wound. Oh, and the gore fist, so I take a mortal wound. And then the mount hits on 3s. Wounds on 3s. 6s do d6.
And a save. Oh, another gore fist.
So I just take 2 mortal wounds, you take nothing.
I take 1.
Except for the mortal wound that I did. So I'm down to 2. Then way back into my lines, we've got the spawn.
Spawn attacks! Hey! That's the best possible result.
So that's how many attacks he gets, and if you roll double, he gets +1 hit and wound. So now it's 3s and 3s instead of 4s and 4s.
A lot of wiggles. 3s to hit. Oh, there we go. Good old 3s to hit. 3s to wound.
That's fine. It's a 4. No Wrens. I got a 6-up save. Let's see those dancing Matthews punching this guy. Yeah! Only 3 die. Oh. Kind of wish you killed 4. Would have been able to get out of...
Oh, I see. I understand.
Get away from you. But since I'm not going to be able to get away from you, I may as well pull from this side so I have more attacks. Because maybe I'll punch you to death.
You could.
Not likely. I will try my best, Luka. I will try my best. So I'm going to have 4 of them attacking. 5s into 5s. Yeah! Woo-hoo! Battle shock. I destroyed your unit, so no battle shock. You know.
It's good for me, maybe.
My concussor will run if I roll a 6. Bravery 7. I lost 2 of them.
Oh, it's the opposite.
That's the opposite. He's like, I'm not going anywhere.
Whatever.
I'm a concussor.
I'm a concussor.
Over here, I am Bravery 6 thanks to my banner. I lost 3. So 1, 2, or 3, I'm okay. Well, I lost 2 more. a 1. Now just over here, doesn't really matter.
Nice.
You've neutered the squad. End of your turn, you grabbed 1 objective.
And I get 2 points. So Sky, the score is tied 2-2. We got a roll off.
And we have a roll off.
got
If
a
you get a
roll-off.
double turn here, you can definitely come back into the game.
I don't really know what to do with it though. My whole plan's all messed up.
The problem that we have right now is the battle between SKARBRAND and DURTHU. That's really what's going to swing it. The Concussor, he's not going to kill those Blood Warriors. Well, I guess he could, but you know, it's not likely that he's going to do that job. Which means your objective is pretty safe. I do have another unit in reserve, depending on where you place your guys. But really it comes down to this battle, because if DURTHU gets to charge SKARBRAND, he'll get to fight first, and I can probably stay wholly within 8 of the woods too and get those 2 extra attacks.
Right.
And do some nasty, nasty damage right there.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what I would do if the potential for a double turn comes up. I know
Well, you just take care of DURTHU, right? You try to blood boil him.
He's a big problem.
You blood boil him, and then all of a sudden it comes down to I have to turtle in my side, and we just got to see who kills the most.
Right?
Because there's no way that I'm getting your objective, and you'll have a hard time getting my objective.
I have summons to fling, and I have to rely on them heavily.
Yeah. Let's roll off. I win ties, though.
That's a 5.
Oh!
There you go. Huge.
No double turn.
Okay.
So we are looking... Yeah, I'm sure. Cities of Sigmar, turn 3. In the Living City, at the start of the hero phase, every one of my units can heal 1 wound. So Spirit of DURTHU is back to full.
That's pretty much it, right?
Nope.
Oh.
My Concussor gains a wound as well.
Woo! That's a bigger deal than it might seem.
We're going to try to kill that spawn with some spells. So we're going to start with Spirit Storm, which hasn't worked yet, because it needs a 7. Hey! Oh!
You know what? I'll try and stop that.
Well, fine.
Need a 10 to stop it with a SLAUGHTERPRIEST. Nope, that's a 5.
So did 1 mortal wound to your spawn, and technically leaves an 18-inch bubble of -1 run and charge, too. But we're going to try to Arcane Bolt him. Ah!
Good enough.
You can try to stop it.
I got 1 more. It was a 7. I need an 8.
Yeah.
Khorne! Yes! I guess. It's a minor victory.
My wizards on this other side really have nothing important to do, so we're going to do Mystic Shield from the Tree Lord Ancient on himself. Booyah! I got it!
Congratulations.
Oh, yeah! And then Shield of Thorns, so you get mortal wounds if you charge me? It's a why not? I got 8 because he gets +1. Woohoo! In the movement phase, I'm going to move my handgunners forward.
But they're +1 to hit.
They have nothing to shoot. Actually, hold on.
Hold on.
Nope, they have nothing to shoot, because
they
you're just staying away from my gun line for some reason.
I know. I literally just threw a Chaos Spawn into it last turn.
Yeah, and it's about to die.
Well, you know what? It took a good amount of humans down with it.
And my mages are going to move up as well, because they're tired of not having anything to do.
Damn, if you really want to deal with that spawn, you can just pop flasks. Pop, pop, pop,
Oh,
pop.
I guess they weren't 3 inches away. Tree Lord Ancient is going to run into the woods.
Into the woods. 6. Oh, nice.
Run into the woods.
Ja.
And we'll run these 2, because you're so far away from my objective, there's not really any point in staying back to try to protect it.
There.
And then Mr. DURTHU is going to flip around, but keep his base facing the same way, like that way, so it doesn't look like I'm cheating and trying to move further than I can. And in my movement phase, we're going to have my Sisters of the Thorn show up within 6 inches and more than 9 inches from your guys. Carefully. Found a nice healthy spot. Now, if this all wasn't in the way, I could have actually nabbed the objective.
Right.
Well, not quite. You've got a guy within 6. I could have got a guy within 6 as well. But that's not the case. So I'm not within 6. So I got to maybe make a charge, then have to deal with your Blood Warriors. We'll see. And then shooting. We're going to try to use the 5 remaining guys to kill the spawn. 4 is to hit.
Long rifle misses. Ha! It's okay. These bullets are no effect.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
You, 666 in your life.
I got 2 dice here, so I die.
You're lazy.
I am. Blood Tithe point. Yeah, that's why I like Spawn, because there's like a little cheap disruptive unit and Blood Tithe.
Yeah.
Puts me at, I think, 6 now.
And then the other unit that moved will fire at this Slaughterpriest. 4s to hit. Ooh. 3s to wound. No, I'm not going to be able to kill him with that.
2 6-ups. We take 1. I'll put the bronze flesh one down to 3.
Spirit of DURTHU will do his Verdant Blast at that same priest. 4s to hit. 3s to wound. Oh.
That's the first time I've seen Verdant Blast do anything.
Oh, he's dead without the D3 damage.
That's a Blood Tithe point.
Yeah.
I just lost
I think you're gonna. Yeah, you just lost a priest with blood boil and bronze flesh, and then he'll roar, trying to do some mortal wounds. 4 to hit. No. I do have shooting attacks with my Sisters of the Thorn, but they're 9-inch range, so obviously I can't be in range to throw those when I come in. Let's charge in. I'm not going to fail a 3-inch charge, right? Thank you.
No, sir.
A charge like this. By being here, I'm in half an inch of view, and I am wholly within 8 inches of the woods, which will give me 2 extra attacks on my main sword. I'm going to try a charge with my Sisters of the Thorn. Because of intervening terrain and going down and up, it's going to be a 10-inch charge instead of 9. But if I can get it, I can grab that objective, assuming I don't die. I fail. Spirit of DURTHU, I would normally roll a 4+ to see if you fight last, but the Spirit of DURTHU actually gets to fight first when he charges thanks to his artifact, so it does not matter whatsoever. You want to see if I get it?
Yes.
You don't fight last. Just didn't matter. Because I'm so desperate and I hate 3s to hit, if it's not a 2 to hit re-rolling, it's garbage. And so I'm going to do all-out attack with my 1 command point. That'll let me re-roll 1s to hit.
This is a huge factor of the game right here, folks. This fight.
This fight, yes. So I'm going to hit you with my special sword spear. It's a sword spear because it's a spear of something for my artifact, but I put it on my sword because it totally makes sense. Like, look at the thing. It's pretty much a spear. It's a spear, okay? And so what this does is, first off, I always attack at the beginning of the combat phase, as long as I charged, which means I'll be able to fight with my concussors right after this. Also, I got +1 to wound from my command trait, and I got +1 to rend on this weapon. So it's a -3 rend. 3s to hit, re-rolling 1s. Oh, they all hit! You're in trouble. Because it's 2s to wound, baby. Oh, we only got 1-1. Oh, man. 6 up. You've got to roll 3 6s, Luka.
So even though I have a 3-up saving throw, the rend 3 on the sword is going to put him in the dirt. He rolls 1. He takes 18 damage.
Oh!
Bye-bye, SKARBRAND. That's the second time that's happened to you in my career using you, I suppose, which is 2 games. The +1 to wound on that sword made the difference because you rolled 2 wounds. Otherwise, it would have been fine. Yeah. Oh, maybe not.
Well, it depends which ones of those dice.
Yeah, no, I still would have died. I know it doesn't really matter, but yeah. Now the concussor. Boop. Just because of the artifact trait on DURTHU gets to fight first. Now the concussor goes.
I'm kind of afraid to do any damage to you because of your core fist.
I need 3 6s.
3s to hit you, 6s do mortal wounds. Well, 3s to wound you. Ooh.
1. Ooh, save. Oh, we do save.
-1. Then the mount. 3s to hit, 3s to wound, 6s do more damage.
5 up.
Look at you, staying alive.
Take 1 day. It does lose the model, though, because 1 was wounded. But he's wounded over here, so he won't be able to pile in and fight. It doesn't break my coherence either. Made sure they're all within an inch of each other. Piling in, getting 5 regular guys and the Blood Glaive in there. Extra attack from the Bloodsecrator. Here's the Blood Glaive. Oh, there you go. 1 hit. A bad weapon.
Hey, nothing.
Triple 2s. 3s to hit with their axes. No rerolls. And 4s to wound.
Yikes. Well, you could kill him if I fail all 3 3-up saves.
Triple 2s. Hey, we do damage.
1 wound. I'm alive, which is kind of important given the fact that you're next and you're still stuck in combat.
Oh, yes.
Well, I can't be sad about this turn. It went pretty well, perfectly according to plan. I was able to kill SKARBRAND, finish off that spawn with minimal casualties, and hold my objective, which is now worth 3 points. Not that that's a big deal, because you're going to continue to hold your objective. But I also am threatening it with these reindeer in the woods.
Reindeer in the woods.
And you, unfortunately, are stuck. Unless you blood boil him, you're stuck over there, and you won't be able to deal with him right away. So that it's not looking good. Not looking good for Khorne. But you do have 8 blood ties, which means...
I could summon a demon.
Here comes another Bloodthirster?
I suppose. Why not?
Or are you going to do the responsible thing and bring 20 bloodletters?
That would be the responsible thing, but the problem is that no, it's going to be tough. I'll think about it, but it's probably going to be Bloodthirster because it's way more fun.
And also, he does get to all your bonuses if he survives long enough.
The Baleful Lord bonuses,
If DURTHU doesn't shank him with a
sword.
sword.
DURTHU's being a big troll to me right now. I hate him.
He stops to shine at you. He's like, I'm going to charge. JK. And SKARBRAND's like, screw it. I'm going somewhere else. And he doesn't move very far. Then he turns around and he's like, just back. Bam.
Yes, SKARBRAND turns around and there's this giant spirit.
He's like, oh, frick. And he wasn't kidding.
He just cleaved him in half pretty much.
He did. 18 wounds.
We're going to go ahead on the Killing Frenzy Priest. I can't Killing Frenzy anything but himself or the Bloodsecrator, so I'm just going to do himself.
Well, you're assuming.
He makes it.
You did it. Okay.
Nice.
And before you rack your brain on who you're going to blood boil,
I'm just going to roll it.
See if you get it, right?
Here's the blood boil.
Here's a pro tip.
Hey!
Except for Arcane Bolt, just roll your spell rolls before, unless your spells do something when you roll really high.
Yeah, don't think about it. Just roll. If it doesn't work out, then you save yourself 30 seconds,
exactly.
a minute, 5 minutes.
5 minutes in some cases. So who's he blood boiling?
This is the part where
You want to finish off that concussor?
I could easily finish off the concussor. Not easily, but
yeah,
it's a
2
2 up.
plus.
It's a 2 plus.
He's got
dead.
2 wounds left.
That's a kind of, it wastes me a blood tithe point, or I could potentially do up to 6 to him and cripple him and then summon something to charge and kill him. That would hopefully then, or maybe get a double turn and then start doing some havoc. But they've got the stomp. But if he stomps at 6 wounds remaining, it's not that bad because he doesn't do the flat 6 damage anymore. So I'm gonna blood boil him. I'm gonna blood boil. But if I blood boil him, they can then charge the sisters and deal with the sisters.
I don't know the answer either.
I'm just in a bad position, is the answer.
Yeah, you're having a hard time here. I get it. So what's your final answer?
We're gonna.
You know what?
Stop.
Dice it and see if you like what the dice tell you to do.
I'm just gonna blood boil this guy.
Okay, so 2 plus, he's dead.
2 plus. Got it.
Oh, see, aren't you happy now?
Yes,
If you had
100%.
only done 2 to DURTHU, that's
It
not
would've
worth
done
it.
nothing,
But
right.
2 to concussor, go ahead, you can remove him.
And that's a wasted blood tithe point because that puts me at 9.
Wow, it's not wasted. You killed a concussor.
Bam. We are gonna go ahead and move these blood warriors in this pseudo direction. In this, we're gonna cut down some sisters of the Thorn. Is what I'm trying to say here. Okay,
That's the plan.
that's the plan. The Bloodsecrator will run to keep up with the blood warriors, or attempt to.
I should be able to.
He did a 7-inch move.
He's a slow boy.
I might actually command point that, unless. No, we should be okay. Ah, man.
You got lots of command points. You got 3 command points right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna command point that and go for the 3, just to kind of make sure, which will take me to there. Now this guy is going to move.
Doesn't want to get shot to death.
He doesn't feel like getting shot at
The
anymore.
remaining handgunners.
Now it's summoning time, but it's just like where, man? It's just...
9 blood ties, so you can get a Bloodthirster or 20 bloodletters.
Right. So the 20 bloodletters won't really be that great. They need hero support nearby, like a demon hero. If I had more Bloodthirsters alive, that'd be a little better. Or if there was an open objective that I could just plop them on.
They're good for grabbing objectives because there's so many bodies.
Bloodletters are also good because they get bonuses with their charge, so that's a little bit more beneficial as well. But I think I want to go for the luck. If the luck is behind me and I just summon like an Insensate Rage, or if I summon the Wrath of Khorne, I hit him for 6 damage with the flail, then charge in and take him out with the rest of the attacks. I have to deal with him. If I don't deal with him, that's it.
Yeah, that's
He's
game.
so deep in my lines, right?
Yeah. Man. Bring him in.
Let me bring him in. All right. Always more fun with the Insensate Rage Bloodthirster. That is the rule.
He's the one that does mortal wounds on 6s to wound.
Yes.
Oh, you're going back there.
It doesn't really matter where I go, really. I guess I can go over
It's a
here.
9-inch charge.
Yeah.
Either way.
He's got a 9-inch charge into that Spirit of DURTHU. Oh, command point reroll. That's a 7. That's a fail.
Oh.
Yeah. Womp womp.
Yeah.
These Blood Warriors will attempt to charge the sisters. They're going to go 6. Is probably good enough.
Piece of cake.
So that is going to get him up here.
It won't be really good for getting lots of guys in, but you definitely made the charge.
It's going to put him up here. He's going to end up piling it up there. And then the rest won't be fighting. And 3 of them will be able to fight. I guess I'll pile in. That's how they finish their charge. And I can't go any further than that without losing the banner bonus either. Ooh, 3s to hit. No rerolling. 4s to attack. 4s to wound. Oh, wow. I've never seen them do that before.
5 up saves. I rolled decent, but I still lose 2.5 of them. Oh, you'll be injured, and I will remove, obviously, the further ones away. And then I'll fight you back. I'll have a bunch of attacks back. The mounts and the mounters, the sisters, they all have the same stats, which is nice because I can roll them all together. 4s to hit. 4s to wound. We got 3 wounds. No rend.
4 up.
Oh,
We take
1
it
more
in.
damage. Just wounds 1. It's the only battle shock we have to worry about. I lost 2 and I'm bravery 7. So on a 6, I'll lose 1 more. No. And that means you got 3 points.
3 points for me, so it's a tie game still at the end of turn 3.
So if it's tie at the end of turn 5, then we count up how many points are killed. You don't include units that are added to the army afterwards. So if I kill that Bloodthirster, that doesn't count for any extra points.
But you've already killed a bunch of my army.
Yes, but
I got
the
failure.
fact of the matter is we're going to turn 4. So if you get the double turn, you could threaten to kill both of my expensive units right there.
That could make a big difference. Right?
Yeah, and then it's just a matter of whether my handgunners can hold them off, and then we just count up points. Let's roll off. I win ties.
Yeah, you do. Oh, it's a 1. There you go.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Whew, Luka's not catching a break. No double turns this game, and I'm pretty
That's-
sure I can say that for sure because I think this is going to be the last turn.
I'm also okay with the no double turn, though, just putting that out there.
The word to Games Workshop for 3rd edition Age of Sigmar. Beginning of my turn, I get to heal every unit 1 wound. Oh, the only thing that's hurt right now is the Sister of the Watch, so, well, as long as there's at least 2 models in this unit, they count as a wizard, and I gave them the spell Iron Oak Skin. Although, they also have their own built-in spell that they can target a wanderer, and you get -1 to hit them, and, if they don't move, they count as being in cover, so they'd have a 4-up save, which they would have right now. And if they roll 6s to save, you take a mortal wound. So it's either that or I can give you -1 wound. I think -1 wound will be better in this case. And I get it.
I'm just gonna let you keep that.
Okay, so they're -1. You're gonna be wounding on 5s against them.
You know what? Maybe I'll. Yeah, you have to actually re-roll it because you're near the banner. Now that I think about it.
So banner makes me reroll?
Yeah.
I get it even better.
Woo, thank you, Khorne. I'm not gonna stop that. I got 1 unbind over here, and I don't know what
You're
I'm
gonna
saving
save
it for.
it. You're gonna save it.
I'm just gonna save it for like a low roll so I can laugh. And it's like, yeah, stop the spell.
I'll cast Faw's Protection onto my Tree Lord Ancient to -1 to hit him. Yep. Oh, yeah. Stop that, buddy.
No.
Spirit Storm, so I can run up and give you a -1 charge bubble. Hey, I made it.
See, what are these rolls? What are these rolls? No.
That's your last one that you can. Well,
I'm gonna stop his power.
It's just a Mystic Shield.
I'm gonna stop it.
Mystic Shield. No.
No one.
Khorne has just left the building.
What?
The rest is pretty straightforward.
Move.
Move. And move.
So slow.
We're coming for you. These guys are actually pretty good.
Yeah. Yes, they are very good.
We're going to move the handgunner so we can get a few pot shots off at your Bloodthirster because I don't think the Spirit of DURTHU's only 3 attacks now because he'll be away from the trees will be enough to destroy him. And then everybody's going to shoot at your Bloodthirster.
Woo! What are we starting?
I don't care. Handgunners. Woo! Only 5 are in range. 4 is to hit. Are you laughing because I'm rolling poorly when it doesn't matter?
Yes.
3 is to, hey, I got a wound. 5 up.
I take a damage. 13 wounds left.
Verdant Blast. 4 is to hit. 3 is to wound.
-1 D3 damage.
Oh.
Okay, that's 2 D3 damage. I'll just go ahead and take 4. Down to 9.
Then he'll do his blast from his staff.
Doom tendril staff.
2's to hit. 3's to wound.
Save! 5 up. It never works for me, man. This Doom tendril staff.
D6 damage. Only 2.
He's got 7 left. If you only did 1 more.
I know, right? That's it.
Right.
Not a big deal.
Oh, they could do their shots into the Blood Warriors.
Oh, yeah, right, okay. Throw the javelins, 2 attacks each. 4 is to hit. Oh, wow. 4 is to wound.
2! 5 ups!
-1. Oh!
There's that double 1 again.
Yeah.
Nice.
You don't get to
no respite only works in the combat phase. So you know what? You can take that wound. 2.
He's going to charge. Yeah, we're in. I'm going to do a charge of the Tree Lord Ancient as well, just so we can pick off your little priest. Ah.
You can always command point it.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Beginning of the combat phase, I'm going to stomp your priest.
Okay.
Well, I get to fight first, so
yeah.
I'm not going to bother stomping a guy. Yes, he didn't matter. And then I'll spend a command point on all-out attack to reroll 1s to hit.
For the DURTHU.
Because now that he's away from the woods, he only has 3 attacks, which is not a lot. 3's to hit. 2 hits.
Naturally a 2.
2's to wound, 6 damage apiece, -3 rend. You don't get a save against these.
No save.
If I roll 2 2+s, you're dead.
Yes.
Oh, he survives with 1 wound.
He's got 1 wound left, but we got the massive impaling talon.
I got the massive impaling talon. Massive impaling talon hits on 3s, rerolling 1s because of all-out attack. But if I roll a 6 to hit, it's just automatic D6 mortal wounds and you're dead. Oh, reroll 1s! Reroll 1s!
I can see.
You should.
Yeah,
you should at this point.
That's 6 mortal wounds. I'm dead.
No, it's D6 mortal wounds.
Oh, it's only D6. Okay, I thought it was D6. Or
but
6.
But you've got 1 wound left.
Right. It doesn't really matter, I guess, at that point because it's.
So the shooting actually mattered. All that shooting taking you down.
In the end, it was perfect.
It made the difference.
It made a big difference.
Because now I don't have to even roll this D6, but just in case, 4. So
okay.
A few of those shots didn't matter. But yeah.
Well spent 8 blood tithe points. With that, bam! Awkward left-hand handshake. Thank you.
I went to scouts growing up, so left-hand handshakes are not awkward to me.
Okay. You know what? I guess after years of doing this, they're not that awkward to me either.
So unawkward left-hand handshake. Let's do it again. See? Look at that.
So
See,
what
solid.
What does the left-handed handshake represent?
Oh, I'm gonna just keep shaking. Who's gonna let go first?
I mean, I literally can't. So.
What does it mean in scouts?
Yes. What is?
It was apparently what I learned was it was a Native American tradition because, I think the reason we shake with our right hand is because it shows that you've dropped your weapon.
Okay.
And then the left hand's holding the shield, and so they would show that they were even dropping their protection.
Oh, you know what? That actually kind of sounds familiar.
I think it came from that, but it might have been something else. That's what I seem to remember it being. But it has something to do with showing that you are, like, totally opening yourself up.
Right.
And so it's a trust. Like, this one is, I'm not going to kill you, and this one is, and you could totally kill me, and I'm trusting you not to.
Oh, cool.
So it's kind of neat, right?
Well, you know what? Thanks for teaching me and everyone that. And
if I'm right, if I remember properly. It's
sounds
been a while
familiar.
since I've been in Scouts.
And thanks for walking all over me in this game. That was great.
Let's go to our post-game show. That was interesting. It was very back and forth.
Yes, that was a good game. By all definitions, I think that was a really good game.
I find any Age of Sigmar game that goes to at least turn 3 by that point, it's like, doesn't matter who wins.
Right.
If we've made it this far, it means that stuff has happened and nobody's been stomped.
I
Right?
agree.
Yeah.
The only thing that bother me in games are like bad dice rolling, and I'll be honest, the double turn doesn't really get to me. In a lot of cases, not most of them. Some of them are fine. Doesn't really matter. I would not consider, if anyone thinks I roll poorly in this game, I don't think so, because Matt had that one garbage roll too.
It's hard. You definitely did roll poorly, but I think it was more...
Like my initial turn when I didn't get the prayers off, that didn't really matter that much. Maybe
I didn't really engage you at that point.
I didn't pay attention to your ranged attacks into my Bloodthirster. The ones who took like pitiful amounts of damage, like they took 2 in there. Like how many 4-ups did I make? I actually don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
I was watching, and it would have made a difference.
Right.
But and maybe they would have kept him alive. I think yeah, just my Spirit of DURTHU not making that first charge made it a game.
Yeah. There was my way in.
Yeah, and so that brings me to look at, now this is in a very specific context. You know, whenever you try out an army for the first time, all you can really say is how it would do against exactly what it is you faced, right? And you were bringing, definitely not glass cannons. No. Bloodthirsters are not glass cannons, but like the Spirit of DURTHU, they do rely on the Alpha Strike.
Yep.
Except for SKARBRAND, who, if he doesn't fight or is hurt, he's better. And everybody else, it's like, no, I got to be the first one to strike. And you even had that ability that if one Bloodthirster fought, then you could immediately choose other ones.
Which was
never
immediately turned off because what happened right away? How did I lose the Insensate Rage?
I shot you down.
He just got shot to death, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, he did get shot down. And then the one died to the Glade Guard, but that's their specialty.
Yeah.
They're meant to fight monsters.
Yeah, I was very impressed by the Glade Guard.
So my big gripe is I didn't take the gamble on charging SKARBRAND into DURTHU because it was a 50-50 that I would have killed him.
Maybe you should have.
Actually,
at this point, it's an obvious you should have.
Yeah, obviously I should have.
Because the concussors got taken care of.
Yep.
They.
Well, granted, he did four more wounds to them. He could have probably still done that and then charged in.
But you saw that once my concussors weren't like.
They weren't doing much, right? Yeah.
They did well, kind of the first turn, except that I rolled really poorly for my saves and lost one of them.
So my thing with SKARBRAND, the other part of SKARBRAND charging the concussors, he would have been far enough away from DURTHU that DURTHU probably wouldn't be able to charge him back because it would have been a far enough distance.
Perhaps.
It wouldn't have been exact. You could have still made it like an 8-inch charge yourself to get in.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, but it would have been a little bit safer for SKARBRAND. And I just at the time I'm like I can't actually risk putting SKARBRAND into a 50-50 situation. He's literally one of the last things I have standing.
But maybe that's why you had to throw him there.
Right. Now, I usually like to gamble that kind of stuff, but I felt like, okay, there's still a chance I could win if this happens and this happens and this happens. Now, granted, none of that happened.
If you actually saw it too, every time I rolled the 4-up, I never made it.
I know!
Now, that doesn't tell you anything because when you roll it, if in an alternate universe, I would have rolled it slightly differently in a different spot, and my hand would have been holding it differently, and so, all that kind of stuff. But it is interesting to note that I never once made my stomp. But at the same time, I never needed to. Because I was always charging you, and that artifact of being able to fight first when I charge basically says, I don't care if I stomp you or not. So it takes away that thing. Which can be a detriment as well, because if I did stomp you, then I could start somewhere else. But I don't need to because I get to fight first. So it works either way. You never charged me for me to stomp you.
I know.
I was always charging you, so it didn't matter.
Because I was worried about always the stomp mechanic, but I had the Tyrants of Blood battalion that was a good counter to that, and you just...
Yeah. Because if one Bloodthirster fought, then you could just choose the guy who was stomped, and he would fight.
Exactly.
And then
it
you're
would
just like,
counteract
yeah, it counters it.
Because I wasn't too worried. I'm like, he's got trees. It's really good against Bloodthirsters, making a fight last. But, I got the Tyrants of Blood. Unfortunately, one got killed, and the Glade Guard took out the other one. And that ended my push into your territory. I was just then on the defensive.
One thing I have to say I was happy to see was that almost every part of my army contributed. Yeah. I do like that. I hate when it's just like these two things are the MVPs and everything else is kind of sat around. Like we had, obviously the Spirit of DURTHU is the MVP, not just for his killing power, but because he kills SKARBRAND in one shot, sure, and then he took out the other Bloodthirster. And I'm not trying to lessen that. That's a pretty big deal.
It is, but it doesn't seem that significant.
But when you look at it, it's more that he scared the crap out of you, and with the combination of the Living City ability to jump in from the side,
That is so good.
that allowed him to do that Alpha Strike, even though he failed it. And I thought I was going to lose him because he failed it, but then you were too scared to charge him, and so you stayed away. And that 4+ making you fight last is terrifying.
The only way to really stop that Living City Alpha Strike coming in from the side is if my whole army was right in the middle of the table.
Up in the middle. Or surrounding the edge
Yeah.
with only unimportant things on the outsides.
Exactly, yeah.
You're like, yeah, charge these guys. Who cares?
Which my list didn't have that as a quality. I couldn't do that with my list. So my plan for the game was to have all my Bloodthirsters just run to the middle of the table.
Stay away from my sides.
Stay away from your sides and force it to be longer charges. Unfortunately, I didn't roll really that high, and I wanted to save my command points for later in the game. I didn't think that it'd be that significant. It made the DURTHU charge fail. Granted, it was the 6-inch rerollable charge that failed, so I got lucky there. Though I did gamble with the one Bloodthirster and got him too close to the Glade Guard, and I didn't forget about their capability, but I just didn't respect it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't expect it to do that much.
Right. It was just, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, well, whatever. I got a 3-up save. I think I just rolled pretty poorly on the saves, too, overall.
You had to fail 6 out of 10.
Right. Average, I was going to live. That's right. It was average.
On average, you should have survived, although you would be pretty...
But I had the command ability to fight at full strength.
That's true. And then you could have wiped them out and then...
Yes.
Then survived a bit longer. Right, then you had the Tree Lord Ancient to deal with.
I still would have been at my, 4 wounds or something, right? So you could have easily killed them.
It would have been tough. But when I look at the rest of my army, I look at it, I say, okay, I had the Spirit of DURTHU, obviously did a lot of work. The Concussors, while they did not kill a ton, they did take out a Blood Warriors unit, which is 200 points. That's nice. They tied up your backlines, and those Blood Warriors basically had nothing else to do except go after my Sisters of the Thorn. The Glade Guard only did one thing, but they did it very well.
I got their points back.
130-point units that came in and killed a Bloodthirster.
Which is 280.
With a bad charge, and not even all of them were in.
Right.
And we have my handgunners, of course. They always pull their weight, which is why my first list when I was building this was 2 units of 20 handgunners. And I was just like, I don't want to do that. I'm disappointed that we don't have more Wanderers. I wanted this to be a Wander, Sylvaneth, Stormcast Eternal list for Living City.
What is the Bow Wanderers called? The Sisters of Avalon?
I don't remember.
I can't remember. You said they didn't look that great.
No. There's the ones that I can take. I don't have those models.
Okay, yeah, that's
because they look super fancy, whereas the regular Wanderers with bows,
elves with
they're
bows.
just wood elves with bows, so they don't look anything like them, and so I didn't want a proxy.
Right.
Even though we have tons of them.
Yeah, we got a lot of wood elves.
Yeah.
Legacy wood elves.
Yeah, so the handgunners, the nice thing is, the Living City with handgunners is a nice combo.
It is.
Because unlike 40k, when you set up something from reserve, it does not count as moving.
Which is something you wouldn't initially... this only works if you play both games. It's something I would have just assumed without even looking at the rules. Well, they came in from the side, 100%.
Yeah, they don't get their +1 to hit.
Right. Or they count as moving for whatever reason, right? But in this case, it even says in the rule book under movement, there's a little sidebar.
No, that's not under movement. It's before the movement phase.
Is it before movement?
Yeah, it's in
Okay.
the beginning when it's talking about measuring and stuff.
Oh.
It has a sidebar about reserves.
Reserves.
Yeah, it took me a while to find it because it just never comes up, right? Who cares if I count as moving or not? We don't have heavy weapons like 40k.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
But there are now a few units like the Iron Break.
Specifically Cities of Sigmar.
I'm thinking, because for my first few games of Cities of Sigmar, I wanted to thematically match the list to the army. So, this is a Sylvaneth Stormcast Wanderers list, and I had to put some FREEGUILD in there to fill it out. But if I were just looking for what Living City could do, I would be curious to build an all-shooting list.
Right.
Where it's Iron Breakers, which, if you don't know, the Iron Breakers, it's Iron Breakers they're called, right?
Yeah, those are the doors with flamethrowers.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be flamethrowers.
But they're
They-
12-inch range.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they flamethrowers?
Well-
Am I calling them the right thing? It's the dwarves with the guns that are 12-inch.
Oh, sorry. Those are iron drakes.
Iron Drakes, sorry. Iron Drakes.
But those are supposed to be flamethrowers. Iron breakers are the heavily armored dwarf.
Yeah,
with the
sorry.
shield.
Iron Drakes, they're the longer range weapons, and they get +1 attack to shoot when they stand still.
Right.
Which is, I hate that, because it just makes you not want to move around. But with Living City, pop in, you got your 2 attacks. Because they only have 1 attack. So it's not like 2 to 3 attacks where it's 50% more. No, it's 1 to 2.
Yeah.
And that's pretty awesome. So all of a sudden, building a list where there's lots of the shooting, and then throwing in a couple things that are good at shooting and close combat, so that you can use the command ability that after you shoot, you can move in. You could also use that command ability to pull back.
The Spirit of DURTHU is a great example for how strong that can be.
Yeah, or the Concussors, expensive, but they could have pulled more of their weight. Or even something like a Lord Celestant on...
Drakos,
The
because he does have a shooting attack, yeah.
yeah.
Or Star Drake.
No, the Star Drake. The Star Drake.
I guess, yeah, you could do that, because he'd have his shooting attack, and then he's like, and then I move like 10 or 12 inches towards you. And then
Or somewhere he wants to go.
Or somewhere he wants to go, right?
Yeah, because he's pretty restricted where he can come in, and then you can use 12 inches to go where you want.
That's wild. That's just such a good command ability. Obviously, like, it doesn't, that's not what it's meant. Maybe it is what it's meant for. I don't even know. Like,
no, it says, like, strike then melt away.
Right, like,
away.
disappear.
And that's why I even checked the FAQ. I'm like, surely this has been FAQ'd because it just says I can move without running, and I'm like, but that means I can move closer. And it's clearly not like the fluff behind it, but
they probably didn't consider, I guess.
Maybe, or maybe they're just like, we'll call it that. And, oh, they can move closer. Yeah, cool.
Sure, whatever. Okay.
Yeah, you know, it's a command ability. They still have to find a spot to come in. If they're good at, if they have shooting, they probably don't have as much close combat. There's some things that could do it, and you got to pour a lot of points in. Like that was 780 points of guys to do that.
Between those two, yeah.
Yeah. And then the Sisters of the Watch, they came in and it kind of harassed your back line. All my mages contributed a little bit here and there. They could have contributed more, but we never ended up really fighting the stuff that they kept putting spells on.
Right. I had the push going, and then the turn two, your turn two was too good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They shot it all down.
You shot the one, you killed the other, and then DURTHU was there threatening.
Yeah.
The SKARBRAND.
And because you couldn't take him out, he eventually just punched through your lines and made it to the point where...
The other option for SKARBRAND was to run across the table to the Glade Guard,
Yeah.
And run and charge at them, and then get him in your territory.
You couldn't have done that first turn, though.
No, it would have been turn two. And my options were go and run down the Glade Guard, go and take out the Concussors, or try and 50-50 DURTHU.
The problem with the Glade Guard is you had to engage the Tree Lord Ancient as well at the beginning.
Right.
And he could have stomped you, made you fight last, and the Glade Guard move in. And...
Well, I mean on turn two when they were separate.
Oh, you mean when they had already left?
When they had already left, yeah.
Yeah,
but it felt like
true.
a waste. It felt like a waste using his like incandescent rage mode because he hadn't fought earlier on Glade Guard. But it would have got him into a good position. But then the Spirit of DURTHU would have just crushed through my lines, and he would have had my backline objective.
Well, maybe, but you'd also be going for my backline objective, so it would make me consider coming back towards that. It's a hard choice. It's a lot of who knows. It's all dice rolls. You don't know who's going to go next. It's the random turns. And so that constantly changes your decisions and makes you switch up your strategies right throughout the game. Well, I hope that you enjoyed that. We certainly did.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Yeah, it was a really good game. So stay tuned for more Age of Sigmar battle reports. Happy wargaming.